Hey Heartland family, Pastor Ethan here with another Walk the Path video from Sunday's message. My dad, Pastor Kevin, led the service this Sunday, and he's in Matthew chapter 5, verse 1 through 16. But he mostly stuck in the Blessed Be, the Beatitudes. And one thing I wanted to kind of point out, as we were reading through it, we talked about a lot of different things. Julie Funk had a great thing about the progression of the Beatitudes, and there was a lot of mentions on like the different aspects of each one of them being meek and all sorts of different things like that. But there's another aspect to them, and I think there's a lot more that we could pull apart. But it's another one I wanted to bring out, the tough place that these Beatitudes can put you in. Blessed are the poor in spirit. We don't want to be poor in spirit, but those are who's blessed. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. Blessed are those who mourn, right? We don't want to be in mourning, but the people who are in mourning are blessed, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the humble, or the meek, for they will inherit the earth. We talked about that being kind of an opposite kingdom idea from what we expect, and people taking over the earth typically are not humble or meek. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. And I wanted to point this one out especially because if you're hungering and thirsting for something, it means you don't have it. So I think in a way, Jesus is saying, blessed are those who are not righteous, right? But they're hungering and thirsting for it. And for they will be filled. And blessed are the merciful. And I want us to think about that. Like, being merciful, being truly merciful is actually not very fun. To really forgive someone, to really let something go is not easy. But for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart. Like, how many of us are pure in heart? There's just a lot of interesting aspects to this. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the sons of God. Have any of you ever been in a position of peacemaker? It's actually the worst place to be, because you're typically in the middle of two fighting forces, and usually they get mad at you for being a peacemaker. And so it's actually not a great spot to be. And then he goes on to say, blessed are you who are persecuted because of righteousness, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. And there's just a lot of interesting aspects to each of these blessed bees, and I think maybe what we don't think about is actually it's tougher to do some of these things than we maybe initially realize. It's tough to be merciful. It's tough to be a peacemaker. It's hard to be poor in spirit. But these are the things that are what the kingdom is about, right? What the kingdom of heaven is about. And so if we are poor in spirit, of course you're in a place of humility where you're willing to accept what God has to say. And so the kingdom of heaven is yours, right? And I would challenge you this week as we walk the path. Maybe this is a progression for you. You see that you've hungered and thirst for righteousness, and now you're having opportunities for mercy. Maybe analyze where you're at in this, and maybe what you want to be. Maybe you really want to be a peacemaker. Or maybe you can practice that this week and find a way that you can help make peace in someone else's life. Maybe that you're not righteous, you don't feel righteous at all, but you hunger and thirst for it. Maybe like start practicing with some of that. Start reading the Bible, start praying and asking God to fill that in you. I would read through it again, Matthew 1 through 16, and we're going to cover Matthew 11 through 16 in greater detail this Sunday. But yeah, let's see where we're at in this. And maybe we're further along in the progression than we realized, or maybe we're not as far along as we realized. We love you guys. Thanks for listening. We'll see you Sunday.